All right. About to call the September meeting of the Caryville Mayor and Board of Alderman Board. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Here.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Here.
Miss Beth Lawson? Here. Miss Vicki Heatherly? Here. Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Here.
Mayor Stixberry?
Here. Eric, you sir, open prayer for us, please, sir.
Our blessed Lord, once again bow our heads for you. Give you thanks and praise for blessings and pour upon us. Let's pray, watch over us here this evening. Bless us with wisdom and insight to do thy will. Go with us and bless us in thy name. We pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, sir. All right. Give everybody a few minutes to look at the August minutes. It's already coming back in. Next report will be the other direction. Then it does this.
Where's the big, see, come out of this number, should not be. And we would have had no script, it's brought down, because that's where, it's all in the same window.
Yeah. Okay. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes? I hear a motion.
May I say one thing
Yes,
before we
ma'am.
get started addressing the press and all that? If you don't mind, please, when you guys quote us or whatever, will you please make sure that you put an initial before Lawson? Please, just saying. There were some comments made in after last month's meeting, and it just said Lawson.
There's two Lawsons.
Yeah, so, if you don't care. Sorry, thank you, that's all I needed. I just wanted to clarify that, because of after the meeting, with the whole
Okay.
thing and all that, but I just wanted to make sure if you don't mind, please. Thank you.
All right.
Well, I was fighting for the money for the ad, and it got turned down. I just want people to know that I was fighting for it, and then we said no to the four-wheeling thing, and somebody did it, you seconded it, and I didn't want them to think it was me after I was fighting for something else. So I just wanted to make sure that people know what
Okay.
page I'm on.
That's fine.
So,
That's fine. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Make a motion.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Citizens input. Anybody like to address the board? We'll get you on your number one on down the list. Okay. Brian, look awful lonely back there.
I feel lonely back there.
I'll be gone in a minute. Just do it.
All right, communication from the mayor. Got a few things to share with you all. First of all, the grant that we started in, what was it, on Asbury Park? It's been forever, seems like.
2006.
Yeah, it's been a long time. That is complete. Finally, they came and literally put a 4-foot level on the ground and checked every inch of it. I saw, we got pictures of it, it's amazing. But anyway, it's done, it's all done and completed now, so, and appreciative to Rogers Group for helping us with the paving on that, that was very gracious. That's done. On a note that's not going to make everybody happy at all, is that I noticed a couple, 3 weeks ago, maybe a little longer, that I've been up on the interstate between here and 141, and I've noticed there hadn't been any work being done on the interstate at all. So I called the regional director in Knoxville and just asked him what was going on. Long story short, from what I was told, once the contractor that's been contracted to finish the project, once they got into the project, they found more issues with the project than they originally thought. So that meant they had to go back to TDOT. Between them and TDOT, they had to redo some contracts, redo some figures, I guess. And I said, well, bottom line, when are we looking at getting this project hopefully done? At least spring. So we're looking at another winter, going through another winter with this interstate the way it is. And, Thanksgiving and Christmas and, busiest travel days, so anyway, that's where that's at. And they said it'd be at least spring, could be longer.
So it could even be through the Easter travel holiday.
That's very, very possible. Very, very possible. So, like I said, that's where that's at. Now, on the safe route to school, everybody's been wondering what's going on over there. Well, been in contact with the state, and the engineer with them, he was in contact with the contractor. Once y'all was at the meeting with us, the contractor said that they could get it done if he could get all his materials on time. So what's happening is he's had material issues getting his materials, and he told us in the meeting that might be a problem, and that's what the deal is. And he said as soon as he gets his materials, they'll get on it, but it's a supply issue.
What if they don't get it done in the timeline?
Well, I'm sure, I don't know, but I think it was somewhere, October 3rd.
Is the end date.
Yeah, so I'm probably going out on a limb here, but I would say there's probably a clause in the contract that if he has trouble with his supply, with his materials, he's probably, I'm sure they'll probably extend him, I would think. If you can't get him, you can't get him.
Right.
So, but now the person we talked to did say that he did, as soon as he got him, he would, get right on it. So that's where we're at on that one. All right. On another good note, the factory, Rosenbarrow, that's building our new fire truck, they did get the chassis finally from Kenworth. So, and we have paid that, and the financial report will reflect that. We have got it, paid it, and by paying for it, as soon as we get the bill for it, we did save like $4,300? Some around $4,000 and change. That's what we saved by the way paying it when we got it. So we've got that, and it's been paid, and so now we're just waiting, Eric, another 5-6 months probably, hopefully. And that also depends on material.
I'd be surprised if it's March.
That's what I figured, March, April, because of the backlog of materials, just like everybody else. That and it's about the same thing where our safe route to school, everybody's having trouble getting materials because the economy is so good.
So good.
It's so good.
That's great.
Yeah, that is.
Better than
the other way. All right, and also we received the annual public safety grant that the fire department, street department, police department share. We did receive that. So, like I said, we've some good things and a couple things that's been being worked on. So.
Is it the same amount it was before, or did they?
3,000.
It's 3,000.
And we half that.
And it's 50/50. All right, financial report, I'm sorry, Eric, you have something? Okay. Financial report?
In August 2019, in general fund, we have $797,208.61. Reserve for rainy day fund is $150,000. In our fire protection fees, the balance available as of July 1st is $123,442.68. What we have received this year is $8,037.93. What we have spent for the month of August is $12,221.52, and that is that chassis from the fire truck that Mayor was talking about. Our fire protection fees available is $119,259.09, and our adjusted general fund balance is $527,949.52. In our state street fund, we have $77,749.02. In our industrial fund, we have $23,616.59. In our drug fund, we have $20,682.44. So our revenues for the month of August was $141,490.69. Our expenditures were $223,518.80, with a difference of $82,028.11. The difference was why it's so much is because we did pay for the fire truck, the chassis, which was $101,847. Our 12% of that with the grant was $12,221,000. So if we didn't pay, we had $89,000 back in it, we'd be $7,000 to the good, which we've already received $89,000. It's just not reflected in August. It reflects on our September monthly statement. Because it was deposited September 4th. It'll balance back out next month.
For clarification, it would have, just where the month fell, it
Yeah.
wouldn't show in this one.
Yeah, it wouldn't show on this one. We didn't get the ACH until on September the 4th.
Which was quick.
Yeah, which was
Very
really quick on their part.
Yeah,
It
we-
reimbursed
I was
us
surprised we got it back that quick.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, we should be right at 17%, that's right where we're at on our budget. So, do I hear a motion, we approve finance report?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Discussion? All in favor? I'm
One
sorry.
question on the, just throwing it out with everybody just take a second, think of it. You look down at the second line item on the rainy day fund, and I know the general fund balance should be a little over 600,000, what it truly is, but it won't reflect this month's financials. But just kind of brainstorm for the next month or so, and everybody kind of get an idea of when do we want to bump a little bit more into the rainy day fund, just to keep the progress going towards it. I mean, I still look at it, 150,000,
That's
tickles
not
me to
much.
death, but it worries me to death.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, the comptroller likes for you to have, I think it's 3 months,
Expenditures.
like 3 months expenditures, and we're probably halfway there for 3 months expenditures, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Push it over 300,000 before I start sweating.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought, to what number we want to look at is saying, once we reach this amount, bump it up. And if nobody wants to, we don't worry about that later on, but
It's nice to have that conversation, though, stop and think about it. It's nice to have this conversation where we're thinking about putting money back.
That's right.
I remember when we didn't
Move in.
remember that time.
It saved us when we had it before.
Yes, it did.
Is the city paying anything on
0.8,
it?
they're paying less than 1%, I believe CDs are.
Yeah.
Thought you might find one at 1%, 2%, some of
I
them.
have some invested for clients at Edward Jones, and they're paying, You can still get one at 2. I got some last month at 2% and only had to hold it 3 months.
Was that personal, because the bank told me personal and business was totally different?
It was a trust, so I don't know.
That's probably different.
That's probably a different ball of wax.
Yeah, probably.
Like I said, I think most of them now it's 1% or less.
But yeah, that's just the sign of good economy. If the economy's wrong, the cities just pay less.
Prime is 5.25. Just don't get it.
So, yeah, if they was paying 8-9%, oh yeah, but man, it's hard to find 1, 2, or 3%.
Would be, make it work done.
If you got,
That's according to how long you have to hold it.
Right.
That's illegal.
That might be something we want to check into,
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, we didn't vote. Okay, call roll, please. Never mind, excuse me. Is all in favor, say aye. All any opposed? Okay, reports from council members, Mr. Lawson.
I don't have a report at this time. My partner's sick.
Yeah. He's
I
sick.
don't have.
All right, Vicki, got anything? Okay.
I don't either, sorry, but, my,
Yours is out sick too,
yeah,
isn't she?
she's out, she's been out for a couple of weeks, so, yeah.
Okay.
But we do have Reagan. We have a new employee in the library, Reagan Marlowe. She started today, so I met her a few minutes ago. She's very nice, so hopefully
I
it'll
met her this morning, she
all
did.
work out.
And we had, Kathy St. Peter's.
Yeah,
Since the last meeting, right?
yeah, she's, so
We
they're,
got 2 new.
yeah, they're there and doing the best they can. From what I understand, they're doing a great job, just till Logan gets back.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Smith?
Brian's out too.
I'll go get it.
I said you're out.
The police report for the town of Caryville for the month of August involved 411 complaints, 24 accidents, 15 arrests, 19 drug arrests, with 57 citations being written, involving 3 DUIs, with total mileage being driven to the city of 9,422 miles last month.
All right, Mr. Jones?
Fire department report is 1 tractor and trailer fire, 2 brush fires, 1 fire alarm, 1 chemical spill, 5 accidents, mutual aid was given 1 time, and LZ for Lifestar for 1 time, for a total of 12 calls.
Patrick, got anything?
You already did mine.
Okay.
The Asbury Park.
Oh, I'm so, I didn't even steal your thunder there, Patrick.
I was so excited about it now tonight.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. Hey, the important thing is it's done.
Yes, it's done. All right, any old business? I'm sorry, we need to approve all the reports from the department heads. Very much.
I'll make the motion.
Discussion, all in favor say aye.
Is this going to be included with the,
If you want to read it, you can, or,
there's going to be a reading all of
Was
it.
old business or old business?
all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Old business? Eric?
We finally got the report
It's okay,
from
it
the
doesn't bother me. Mommy, it's okay,
Inspector.
it doesn't bother me.
And as I looked over it, there's some things on there that I guess I have questions about. If you look at the very first one, it's residential, and it says gave him 2 weeks to clean inside and out. Okay, going down to,
We need dates on these. What is it, the 2 weeks? What was the date?
well, that's part of it.
Okay.
If you're going down to 249 Walnut, we'll recheck in 2 weeks again, okay? The one above that one is owners of nursing home property cannot be sold or occupied until death or settled in probate. if you just keep reading it, and then there's another one on Park Road, we need to have the attorney to verify who the owner of the property is. So basically that says we can't do anything until we've done that.
All we have to do is call the property assessor's office, get done then,
Or register a deed.
or even look it up online.
Yeah. We need to, I mean, it says Park Road, that's great, but we'd have, I mean, that should have a 911 number if there's a house there.
There was another one on here, so we're gonna check back. We'll recheck in 2 weeks on that one, the 249 on the Walnut. And then, I left the posting about the vehicles and garbage around, there's another one. And then the last one is this property needs to be condemned by the building inspector. Since I've been on council, every time that I've had a complaint about anything with the building inspector, comes from residential, the residents. If you go here and read the Main Street stuff, I've sent certified letters and this and that, and this report appears to me that if you don't answer the phone, or if you don't answer the door, or you don't answer your mail, it's kind of forgotten about, but it stays on here, I can't do anything about it. But the residents who talked to our inspector, okay, I'm giving you 2 weeks to fix this, okay? And that, to me, that it kind of intimidates those people who some don't have the means to clean up and this, that, and the other. But if you don't answer her call or answer the door when she comes, or the certified mail, it just kind of keeps putting off. And I don't think that's fair. I think there needs to be some kind of, we need some better guidelines and some more accountability for this. I think the goal, I think we all have the goal to make the city look good and clean up and all this stuff. And if that was my neighbor, I'd want it cleaned up. But I pass Main Street every day. Okay? How long is it gonna go on? And why give this guy on Park Road 2 weeks to get his stuff out of his yard when you've given the people on Main Street or on 116 2 years and you still haven't done anything? It's not fair. And I don't know what we need to do about it, but I don't think it's right to the average citizen, the residents, to be harassed, for lack of better terms, because some of them feels that's what they are, being harassed by her, or the building inspector, or the code enforcement, but yet if you don't answer, there's no repercussion. I don't know what we can do, but I think there's something needs to be done.
That'd be a question for our attorney.
All right. Yeah, I think some of these started probably before I was here, I'm guessing.
But we need to end them.
Yeah.
No,
Right,
some of it's
right.
going on forever.
Right, so that's the thing, is I don't know who's gotten legal notice. In my mind, legal notice is at least a certified mail. And I know we don't want to spend the $670 or whatever it is to do something, but that's it.
Yeah,
Right, but I don't have the green cards back, so I don't know who's been given legal notice or not. And then from there, we'll just have to look and see what we need to do. I don't know. I think Teresa has sent me the codes. I asked for them months ago, right? I think you sent me those. We'll look and see. We just need to see what our next process is to do something. As far as the one that's in probate, that's not true. You can't be still alive and in probate. So that don't make any sense to me. Those two, you can't. Either if you're in probate, you're alive. If you're not dead. If you're in probate, you're dead. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I can schedule a phone call with Tessa, I guess, and get the information from her. What do y'all want me to do? This Arnold deal is going to be, yeah, it's just going to be a mess. I think he's generally represented by Christy Anderson, and so I can try to, talk with her and see, but I don't know. What do you all want to see done as far as the cigarette store? There's nothing. Is there anything in there? It's not a business, is it? It's just a vacant.
It's barely building at this point, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
We gotta look to where structurally, is it becoming a hazard to the citizens that walk the area? Cause you see a lot of pedestrian traffic
Right.
up and down Main Street.
Right, and then that becomes the next question that I don't know the answer to right now is, what do we do? You know, what's our obligation to do? Have you all done one before? Like a condemnation before or anything like that? Because I'm sure it's a process.
No, we haven't, but not to my knowledge, we
Not
haven't.
since I've been on the council.
And I'm not, that is not the whole, well, you know, I mean, I know what you're saying, like I
Right.
said, I mean, there comes a time we have to do something.
Yeah.
But again, my point of this, the whole thing is you giving this guy 2 weeks to clean up inside and outside of the home and move inoperable vehicles, or what's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? And
That's-
this other has been carrying on for so long.
And that's what I'm saying, is
We
it
need-
becomes, the first action we do, we need to do one that's probably not gonna be as difficult, because argument number one with somebody who owns a building, as the ex-owner of any businesses, you guys are just picking on me, City of Caryville, they ain't condemned a building since 1978. Why they wanna do mine for? There's all kinds of other buildings around, so we need to have a plan, we need to stick to it. If you do this, if we don't do this, we move to plan B, C, and whatever. I guess eventually it needs to
Originally,
be.
when it started, we didn't have the codes to enforce to. So
Right,
now we've processed, got the codes to enforce to.
right.
I guess that's where we're at this point with the
When
more
did that
commercial
start?
living.
When did the code start? When did you all adopt something?
2 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
2 years ago, we had,
Before that.
it's been over a year.
Oh, okay. So it's not been that long.
It's not been 2 yet. It won't be 2 until this March.
Because we had to go back and pick up we had some old codes that had been outdated.
We
That
updated,
wasn't,
is what we did.
Okay.
I just think we need to look at something and get more of a standard, something standard in place.
Consistency.
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 Because to me,
Something with teeth in it.
and to me, like I said, every time that we've gotten, that I have received a complaint, it's been from a resident, you know. I mean, I agree that people need to keep their yards mowed and cleaned up and all this stuff, but we need to be, like I said, consistent and everything with it. And we need to do something to make sure that's right and done.
Teresa, if you'll get with me probably Wednesday afternoon or so, just call me. We'll chat and see what the codes are and I mean, the code, that should be our manual. The codes enforcement should tell us what to do. We just gotta make sure we're doing it, and we need to do it, like Eric said, we need to do it if we're gonna do it, we need to do it. If not, we need to do away with it.
Fair and consistent.
Right, exactly. And so we can't give somebody 2 weeks and give, somebody else 2 years. If we're gonna do it, we need to do it.
Is there, I don't know if Caryville's ever done it, but can you like condemn a place and like us take it over and clean it up and then us sell it like as
Right,
a
so
city
let's-
and start acquiring like property or something? I know that's a headache, but it's nasty as nothing's being done. If we can get it and clean it and then turn around and sell it, at least we're making money off of it.
At some point,
recommendation of the last one on the list that she put on there that was what she recommended we do.
yeah.
Larger cities do that.
I know the city of Knoxville does, because I have a client over there right now they have a piece of property right on Western. If you've been down that way, they've done all that construction and stuff. It's literally like 0.1 acre, but it has, or maybe it's 0.25 or something like that. Real small piece, but it has a building on it. And they said, hey, they basically said in Adam terms to, you all said, hey, if y'all don't do something with this, we're gonna tear it down and send you the bill, and we'll deal with it from there. That's basically what it said,
Well,
so.
Fallon and the county have both done that with houses that have had meth labs. They've had them cleaned, they've condemned them, had them cleaned up, taken over the property and sold them. I don't know if this would work with the same process.
Can you
It's
not-
not unheard of.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's in the ordinance or whatever, I may be wrong, but we can clean it up and put a lien on the property.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I think
As
that-
far as actually taking a piece of property away from somebody, I don't know how
that's
that
what,
would work.
yeah,
I don't know, I
and
don't know how
maybe we'll
that
talk
would
with
work.
Jordan too to see.
But I'm thinking, clean up, clean it up, put a lien on, if it's ever sold, we have to get our money back first.
Yeah, and I would,
Is that,
it'd be preferable to me, for everybody, if we could do that, follow the, and I don't know, I'm just paraphrasing, and just look it up and say, hey, if they don't do something within a certain amount of time, we can sell it. We'll probably have to get the judge's signature to do that, kind of like a redemption or something like that, and then that way you guys are not having to pay me to do it. It comes out of that, and then, so I mean, yeah, we can place a lien on it, but you have to keep track of,
if it's ever sold?
if there's a judgment, yeah, so, yeah, and then you're gonna have to, that just becomes more of a mess.
There's a lot of factors than just taking over the property
Yeah.
itself.
But I know for a fact, but the city of Knoxville does, because Powell Auction does their auctions. They'll do a sale. The question is, how do we get from where we're at to there? So, and that's what we'll find out.
And that's not an easy road to get there, probably.
Well, that's the thing, if you're sending them certified letter and you're giving them notice, the next step would be, it may have to run in the paper, but after that, there's not much more, all you can do is, who's the owner on record? I mean, there has to be a way to do it, we just gotta figure it out.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Eric? Anything else? Okay.
I'm just glad to see this in writing.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yes, it's something.
Yes.
So it ain't gonna last.
Yeah.
All right, new business. Number one, Deborah Pemberton with Spade Campbell County and Pest Discuss Needs and helps fund the spade neuter program for animals in our community. Ms.
Yes,
Pemberton.
we are asking for a $500 donation from the city of Caryville. That 2 miles, if you'll look at your packet that I left on everybody, there is a copy of the letter from Sarah Hess from 2 miles. They will match that. What we can do, we can match $5,000 a year for this year and next year. And we've already got 1,000 from the city of La Follette and 500 from Jacksboro. If we can get 500 from y'all, and 500 from Jellicoe, I think the county's gonna give us the rest of it to make the 5,000, so we can get it matched. But we help people get their pets spayed and neutered, and it's not shelter pets. These pets already have homes. Their owners just need a little help paying for the spay and neuter. We are not affiliated with the shelter at all.
Say it goes by the year, so you've got this whole year.
Yeah, it started July 1st and we have to June 30th for the 5,000 for this year. And then July 1st and it'll start again for the next year. But we can get it done. We get $500 and we can get it, turn that into 1,000. And we've already helped 1,534 pets be fixed in the county.
I know I'm probably overlooking, but as far as this, what will the citizens see as far as the differences?
Okay, the citizen, like, if you come and apply, if you make $35,000 or less, and you come and apply for a dog that weighs less than 70 pounds, the owner pays $35, and Spade Campbell County pays $40, for a total of $75. And that includes a 1-year rabies vaccination. The vets are throwing that in free.
And
I mean,
this-
it's a state requirement, and we, in the past, when we didn't have that in it, some of the people, they didn't even have the extra $10 for the rabies. So I've talked vets into buying the rabies in the bulk, and they give them free, just to help out. But they give us a good discount for the services, it's Jacksboro Veterinary Services and La Follette Veterinary Services. A cat owner cost us $30, and then we pay 35, make it a total of 65, and then also include rabies. There's no heat fees.
To me, it's worth it just getting rabies vaccines out there.
And I left y'all copies of an article that tells you the benefits to the community itself. From why spay and neuter. Like I was telling Patrick earlier, it's hard to find. I could stand here and talk for 6 hours and tell you all about spay and neuter. And that's a good article, and don't take long to read it. Tells you the benefits to the community. It's an investment in the community. And every spay and neuter that you do, that's eliminating 5 possible animals that would be surrendered to the shelter. And that includes the male and the female.
I didn't want that.
Did you know a male dog can father 5 to 7 litters a day?
I know.
You don't even want to hear about the cats. Apparently cats are unlimited. I know the females have the litters, but that's why it's important to fix the males too.
Oh, yes, it is.
Cover all the bases.
That fixed my vehicle.
I think it's a good thing that, last month we had that deal about the donations, and we said we would discuss donations in our upcoming next budget, next year. So,
But to me, this is also investing in public health, again, just the rabies vaccine alone. But I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, there's been more rabies cases this year, I think, than all the last 10 years put together from what I'm hearing in the state. And it's not, it's skunks. I think it's skunk hearing this year. And like I said, I can get the 500 turned into 1,000.
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Pimpleton or any comments?
I'll make the motion, give them the $500. To me, this is more about public health and safety and lessening the burden on our animal control, because we have animal control here, county animal control, shelter overcrowding, which is also an issue to people because
Well, nobody wants to see animals die.
nobody wants to see animals die. Even though the county doesn't operate the shelter, our tax money supports it, and this is lessening the burden on them.
And we've been working on a trailer park. I think in the city, it's caryville. You're trying to get those folks to fix all their animals. We've been working on them.
People are gonna have animals,
Oh, yeah.
period. And like I said, to me, it's
Well, like I
better,
said-
to me, it's better to have one cat running around than 50 cats running around. And like you said, one cat can turn into 50 cats pretty
Really
quick.
fast. They can get pregnant at 4 months.
So, yeah, I make the motion to give them the 500.
Okay, have a motion on the floor, we have a second.
Not to make the motion, agree 100% with what you're doing. It's just the timing to request it is the biggest issue. The failure to the second motion, I would like to request you to address this back in about March or April during budget time. Because at that time, it would be something that I would consider. Just with the recent meeting from last month, I would vote no if the second does pass. But that being said, it's not nothing against
Well-
you, your organization, I agree 100% with it.
I left y'all, like I said, an article. You all might change your mind, do a resolution next month, you never know. Because it is an investment in our community.
I'm like her, there's no doubt that it is,
We
but
agree with that.
it is
We've
about,
got an education program too. that's
it
going-
is about timing. Like I said, we do our we start working on our budget somewhere in the March, April timeframe, and we ask everyone that are asking us for a donation for anything to present a letter with all your documentation at that time. Because we've already allotted X amount of dollars this year. It's already been allotted for certain things.
Right, I understand that.
So, like I said, I don't think anybody here disagrees with with your purpose. It gets down to timing. And like I said, and you're not the only one. We've done this to we've had to tell the same thing to other entities that's asked at this time of year or on down in the year that we like to have those requests to work our budget.
So I need to do this again in March.
Yes, ma'am. If you will present a letter with all your 501c3, I think you
Yeah,
already.
I've already said
Okay.
that.
You resubmit that with your request, then it will be considered in the budget.
Okay, well now we can get discretionary funding level 2. Or if anybody that agrees with us wants to do that.
Like I said, that is the thing that, it's, like I said, it's the timing, and like I said, it's nothing against your organization at all.
Well, I'm not giving up.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying, the discretionary funding, if somebody wants to donate $100, I can get like
We
$200.
don't have discretionary.
You don't have this?
No.
Well, shame on you all.
County commission does, or they.
Yeah, city
Yeah,
hall
they used
does too.
Oh, do
Jacksboro
they?
does. Yeah.
No, we
But
don't
Jacksboro
have
gave us out of their general fund. And now City of LaFollette gave us some out of the general fund and some out of the discretionary, individual.
that. Okay, no, we don't have that. Like I said, if you will submit that to us at the correct timing, speaking for myself, I don't think it'd be any problem. It's just a matter of timing.
All right.
Okay.
Well, like I said, I left y'all, it's a good article, it's short, it's got all the good points in it. It wasn't written by me. It was, I think, the United Spay Allowance. If you want to get really educated about spaying neuter, that's a good website to go to. It just takes, because we need to, the problem with pets is they're the bottom of the food chain. And of course, we're in the South, and we know how that goes. We have to elevate their status, to have a value, instead of just, we've got 6 dogs in the yard, let's throw some food at them. That needs to be elevated up, and they need to be taken care of, even if it's just basic. Spay and neuter and vaccinations, and like our education programs. We find that people, they know about vaccines, but they think one will fix it. Instead of you gotta have a series of 3 or 4 a month apart. One won't do it. That's why, parvo's so bad. People get one parvo shot at the Tractor Supply. They don't read the instructions that says, you do this again in 30 days. But it takes the full series to really protect that dog from parvo. Well, I thank y'all
All right.
for listening
Well,
anyway.
thank you for
Y'all
coming.
have a great day.
You too. All right, number 2, council discuss Oakland Arms Ministry Road Drive for 9/28/19. They have requested that date.
Do they do that right down here by Shawnee?
Yes,
They
that's
do
the
every
only,
year, don't they?
that's the only place we can,
Right, that we have jurisdiction on.
correct.
They did that before.
Yes, they do it.
They're just going through the channels and getting the data
Right,
set.
correct.
They do it every year.
It's only there in front of Shawnee's is the only we can approve, right?
Right,
I'll make a motion, please.
I'll second.
okay. Discussion, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, council discuss second reading of ordinance number 2019-05, amending the annual operating budget for State Street A FY beginning 7/1/18 to 6/30/19. This is the second reading of the ordinance we passed last month. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
Second motion.
Discussion, call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Ms. Vicki Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right. Number 4, council discuss performance reviews. Okay, during budget time, it was brought up that we should we should consider having performance reviews on all of our employees. This is what, we've come up with. Try to keep the top one, the one page, try to keep that as generic as possible. But now Brian's, the police department will be more, theirs is more detailed. Correct, Brian? His is more detailed. If you want to explain why, if anybody has any questions for Brian about why, but I think everybody understands that theirs will be more detailed. Like I said, it's open for discussion, what everybody thinks about them. This was sent out to everybody, I think, by email at least 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe.
I looked over the email a while
Couple,
back.
3 weeks ago, somewhere along in there. Asking for comments, whatever. But does anybody have any comments, any issues?
Have you talked to any of your guys, show them what they thought about them? You work the street department, seen, the other people seen?
Which one is the street department? I wasn't sure about that.
Well-
This is police. This is
There's a
police.
generic one and
street department would use this.
The generic basically will be for everybody but the police department.
Okay, there's one thing that I have, on this generic one, I guess, works to full potential. Now, I'm not sure that I could tell you what each individual person's potential is there. So, can we strike that one off or put something else in place for that? I mean, y'all tell me. I mean, how do you know what somebody's potential is?
Well, I mean, these were just generic that she
Right.
got from MTS, I guess, got from MTS.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna use
I mean,
these. I'm sorry.
yeah.
We're using these for a performance raise? or-
Basically, yes.
Okay,
Well, you can do an evaluation, but not always have a raise.
that's my,
Just because you have evaluation doesn't mean you're gonna do a
Right,
raise.
correct.
I think if we're gonna do this for raises, then there needs to be, who's gonna fill it out, who's gonna give it? Is it just the department head, is it 2 or 3 people? I don't agree
Now, how
with,
often are we gonna do them?
I don't agree with the same person who fills this out giving the raise. Because sometimes you may say it's gonna be lopsided, no offense to either department heads or anything like that. But I think we saw a couple years ago, you know, I think the raises have been so far across the board. And I think you have to be careful. I don't agree with just one person. I think I'd like to know how many people are gonna be involved in this and who's gonna be, is it like a panel, a board or whatever, you know what
Well,
I'm saying?
that's why, that's why it's on here for discuss how,
And until we do that, then these forms should be just approved by the department head for employee evaluations, in my opinion. It shouldn't be before us. We shouldn't even be, but if we're gonna do it on
well, I want
Performance issue.
everybody to see them.
a, right,
I think it's more of a, here's this, is this what we want the department heads to use?
How
Is
often
that-
are you evaluated? You do an evaluation once a year, twice a year?
Typically, you should get.
I'd say
twice
twice a year.
You should have a mid-year review, that way you know where you stand at the middle of the year to give you the opportunity to improve.
And then one, when,
In a year when it comes time for
Right.
an evaluation for
Like
raising.
December and January.
but, well, think about, they kind of lay on these now, I'm like, I was thinking twice a year. To start, like sometime in, back like a 6 month, 5 month, you can't really do 6 months because of the way the budget falls. But, somewhere around 5 months or 5.5 months, a mid-year and then a final.
But just because you have a performance rating doesn't mean we may not be given raises.
That's true. That's
Just
true.
because you have one, that's what we need to make sure. Just because they have one and it may be all good, that doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna get a raise at that time. Right,
Depends on the
Unless you
economy,
structure a
too.
pay scale.
right.
If you're using a structured pay scale, then you could be eligible for a raise if you met your
Go.
performance. If you're basing off of a performance pay scale.
Yeah.
But then who does this for the department heads?
To me, speaking of, that's one of the, what I'd like to see, like Brian, since he's one second here, but let him do his employees, then your councilman who's over that department would be the sign off for the mid-year. Then your year-end, your final one, it'd be something that has to come before the council to review. The same way with the department heads, theirs would then be done at least with 3 council members to review it on the mid-year, and the same way at the end of the year, let everybody, because it's solely responsible for council on the pay of it all. That's my input. It's just like Eric said, instead of having one person who's holds on to it, you could have additionally that has to, you have to prove what you're getting. You have to prove what you're not getting. Just because you didn't like what they said, that someone other 6 months, you can't hold them for that one thing. It's an overall rating. That being said, to me personally, I don't like the one that Brian's got for the police department. And to me, there's a lot of stuff that is, you're getting it 2 or 3 times. The one with the blanket, like Vicky said, take works to full potential. That's the reason this is being put in here, is to make sure that you're being given everything you need to be at your full potential. But instead of having unsatisfactory, proficient, and excellent, break it into 5 categories before you meet what we think is expected out of you. You could exceed it, or you could need improvement. And you got one more on each side. To this one, if you're either proficient or excellent, if you're unsatisfactory, why are we still have you employed? Is the question I looked at. There's no leeway in there to give a room for adjustment to make somebody.
Unsatisfactory, instead of unsatisfactory, maybe novice or beginner. You're a beginner, like if you're a beginner coming in that's just been hired, and you say you've been here and it's time for a performance evaluation, and you've not really had time to learn the whole job, you could be a novice or beginner.
You look back at the police departments where it's got 0, 1, 2, 3, then have 4. Whereas 3 or 2 would meet the expectation. Then you got on either side, to the left would be your improvement side, and to the right would be your, where you're going above and beyond what's being expected of you.
Maybe we just need to have a workshop on it.
Sounds like it. That's why I brought it up,
Yeah.
to see what
And I
I
thought
thought about.
I gave Brian another one. I don't know if you got a chance to look over it or not.
I did, a little bit, I didn't get a chance to look it over completely.
Okay, we can do that. Okay. We'll just table that till a later date.
What are you gonna do? It's something we really need to get pushed on.
Okay. When can everybody, when can y'all, we can discuss it, do a workshop and go over it.
This is actually something, if we're gonna try to do what was talking, earlier in the year, last year, we need to have this implemented by at least December.
True. If we only do one time this year.
I know I talked to David. David said that this is something that he could use for this level. Y'all need to throw a date out for it.
Oh, gosh, let me see, this is, September already. I'm sorry,
I said today's September.
the 9th.
And I'm out on Thursdays and Fridays for the time being.
I'm not good on Thursday,
Okay,
And of course, I don't have an department head under me, if you all need to do it without me, I'll just touch base with Teresa, I'll watch it all.
okay. Eric? Thursday's about the only night you can be here where you were, didn't you?
It just, if I got heads up, I can usually work around it.
Okay.
Mondays or Thursdays and Fridays. Tuesdays, Wednesdays.
Friday's probably a bad night. Monday, what Monday is good? Anybody got Monday?
My Mondays are off. Thursday and Friday are just my unavoidable days
Okay.
work-wise right now.
The 16th or the 23rd, is this month too early? Is that too
We
late?
can't do it on the 23rd.
Okay. How about the 4th of November?
If we're not in November, I can do it any day.
I'm sorry, never mind, October, I'm sorry, 7th. I jumped today. That calendar got me screwed up. How about October the 7th?
No, that's fall break.
Okay. October 14th?
That's our regular meeting.
All right, October 21st.
What about September 3rd? I mean, we've got one more Monday in September.
September 30th, how's that? Good idea. September 30th? All right, sounds like we're getting somewhere. September 30th? Going once, going twice? September 30th, okay.
So what time?
6 o'clock, is that good? 7? What's good for everybody?
6 works
6. All right, September, all right. Okay. We'll workshop that issue. Okay, number 5, council discuss fixing the library ceiling. Okay, we contacted 3 different people to give us estimates on repair of the ceiling from the water damage. Only received one. And it was from Ray Brothers Construction. And it was $2,350. But he did tell me that if they get up in there and they find more damage, as in where it had the water, if they find bad insulation, bad or whatever, it could run a little bit more. But now we already have, it was turned in on the insurance, we've already been reimbursed for the for the insurance. We already got our insurance paid. Like I said, Darrell Ray, Ray Brothers Construction was the only one that gave us a quote to fix it.
What was the insurance on that? Yeah.
It more than covered it.
Oh, didn't want to-
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
Yes, it's more than
Yeah, the insurance was more.
It's a room full of paper and electronics, we need to fix it.
Well, obviously, the roof fixed the leak problem, now we gotta fix the damage. But now, he did say if they run into, get up, you can't tell you get up there and start taking it out and looking. But anyway, that's the only bid we got. Only quote we got was this one.
Does anybody know these Ray Brothers?
Yes. Yeah. That's what they do. They're
And I
money.
make a motion that we have the ceiling fixed.
I said,
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Vicki Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, number 6, council discuss striping Main Street from Lake Lane, Main Street and Lake Lane to the post office. And Vicki, I think David mentioned that you had asked
I
him.
brought that up because I just thought it would be beneficial to the city to do that safety wise, plus, it just makes it look nicer, and if we get the park and stuff, I mean, it's a step forward. It's freshly paved, going out to the post office and keep everybody in their lanes. And Main Street's faded off, you can't.
Already?
Already?
I'm not paying attention.
Oh, yeah. You can't, I mean.
Yeah, but one company, what was lower was one was 28, the other one was 12.
Yeah.
1,000?
No, 100.
Oh. I was gonna say,
Oh,
I'm in the
what-
wrong business. Yeah.
And then
No.
they've done up through Main Street,
Before,
a few years, and it was like
1,400. But
Well, no, I was about that.
no, David said they wouldn't come out for anything less than a mile, but all this comes up to a little over 5,000 feet, the two of them together. Makes up. So I said one was 2,800, the other was like 12. I thought that's a big difference. So what's the pleasure of the council?
we pave it, I
I
mean,
agree.
paint
I'd
it.
like to see it done.
Okay.
I
Got a
mean,
form of motion,
Do we need to get? How much is it?
$1,200.
Okay.
Was it, one was 28, the other one was 12.
Okay, for both,
Yes,
For the whole project.
yeah,
okay. So 1,200 would get both right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
You good with that?
I'll
Is that a second to the motion?
I'll second the motion. yes.
All right. Discussion, call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Ms. Vicky Heatherly?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. Any other business come before the board? If not, there a motion we adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
All right.